folks. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to incorporate a change from another branch, such as master, that you need to complete your current branch, such as the feature branch. So if you remember last time, we showed two developers collaborating, and we're going to continue off of that. But in this scenario, we're going to show we're going to show the scenario where the developers are on the feature branch and a new commit was made on master, and then they then need that change on master to complete their feature branch. So if this is the master branch and the developers branch off and start working on a separate feature branch, but then later on there was a bug fix and another commit was made onto master. And so in order for the feature branch, the branch in blue, to continue, we need to incorporate the change of the red commit. So we will need to perform a rebase so that the blue branch can then incorporate the change of the red commit and continue on to their onto completing the feature. So if you can imagine, here is the base of the branch, and we're going to rebase that base to over here. So hopefully that will give you an idea of why it's called rebase, because the base of the branch is then changed to be off of another commit. Okay, so that's the scenario we're going to run through. And then to orient ourselves, on the left-hand side will be developer A's machine, or VS Code. On the right-hand side will be developer B's VS Code. And if you remember, we're going to have developer B use all command line. So we're going to show how developer B does the same thing as developer A, but using the command line versus the VS Code Git features. Lastly, in the middle, we'll show the file system of both machines. Okay, so we can get started here. We're going to have developer A branch off. So let's create a branch here. And say feature developer A. And here we'll have the branch, same as master. And then it's always good to do a fetch before, so you're branching off of the latest master. So I'll just do it here, but I really should have done that before I branched off. So then I'm ensuring that my branch has the latest on the has the latest code already. So now I'm going to do the same thing for developer B, but with the command line. So again, make sure you fetch from origin first, so you have the latest, and then you can branch off. So we're gonna switch to new branch and create it, and then we're gonna say this is developer B's feature branch, and then here we go. The branch shows up there, and again, we could have inspected it using the command line, but I think for demonstrations, this visualization, it was probably easier to convey the message. Okay, so now let's pretend developer A makes some changes. Change 1, and then let's commit that. So we'll stage that change. Date 1, and then let's just do another one. We call this update 2. We don't need to publish it. If we're not sharing it, it's good to publish it and push it to GitHub. Just again to back up your feature branch in case your computer crashes, but we're gonna skip that here for this demonstration. Okay, so developer A has made the changes in these 2 commits. So now I'm going to do the same thing for developer B. So I'm going to say update 1, update 2. This time we're going to add it separately. So I guess Git tracks the new line. This didn't have a new line and now it does, so I'm going to keep that one, and this one we're going to remove. And then if we do a diff, you see the difference? We're going to see what change in the staged. So that's only update 1. Okay, so that's the update 1, and then here's the update 2, which one commit separately. Git commit update 1, and then now again it's this new line that's making it show up weird. But essentially we're adding the second part of the update here. So we'll commit that, stage it, and now we'll commit it as update 2. And if we inspect the graph, we can see that we have 2 commits on our feature branch. Now, so we've essentially done this part where both developers have started a feature branch and made some commits on it. So now we're gonna implement the part where a change or a fix was added to master branch that needs to be incorporated. So what we're going to do is we're going to have developer A make a switch. So we're going to check out to the master branch. And let's just say we fix something in the code represented by this file. So now we'll commit this fix by developer A. And we take a look at the graph. We'll see that on master, developer A has made a fix, and the pink line is the feature branch. So after developer A made this fix, he or she should push it. And now origin, it should be up to date. And we're gonna simulate developer B making a fix as well. So before developer B makes any changes, should always check origin. And you'll notice that origin is now ahead, origin's master is ahead of developer B's local master. So developer B will switch to the local master there, and then we base developer B's local master onto origin master to bring them in sync. And now here we can actually have developer B do the rebase. But to kind of drive the fact home further, we're going to have developer B also make a fix so that developer A can pick up that change as well. So we're going to say fix, we're going to represent the fix by another file. So fix by developer B. So let's just check the status. So there's a new file. We're going to stage it. And then commit it as fix by developer B. And then we'll push this to origin. Okay. So now we'll have developer B or developer A fetch from origin. And then make sure that developer A's local is in sync with the origin. So we'll just pull it. And now the fix is on both machines on their master branch. So that essentially means this red commit, which is actually two commits in our developer in developer B's machine, is what we just did. So now we're gonna do this rebasing part. So these are the fixes that we need to complete our feature branch. And if you can see, when we switch to the branch, they actually don't have that fix. So we need to kind of incorporate that fix into our branch so we can finish up our branch. So let's do the same thing here on develop these machines. We'll switch to the feature branch and see that the fixes, the text files with the fixes are gone. So now let's do this rebase. We're gonna rebase this pink branch on top of the latest commit on master, and then that'll allow this feature branch to have the code changes related to the fix on master. So we're gonna go and rebase, and we tell it to rebase on top of master. So now you can see that our feature branch is the two commits are right above the two commits that has the two commits that has the fixes. Yeah. So here the dev A text has the changes, and they also have the fix files. Okay, so let's do the same thing here. Again, we want to incorporate the changes in these two commits so that we can finish up our feature. So make sure we're on the right branch. Then we're going to rebase top of master. And here it looks almost identical. And we can see our updates in the file system, and also have the code from the two commits that fix something on master. Okay, and you'll see that developer A's code is not here. Okay, so now that we have rebase, we're going to have both developers so that's essentially it. But just to finish it up for completeness, we're going to add another commit here, and then merge it back in to master to kind of finish everything off. Okay, so develop A, let's say finish feature. Okay, so let's commit that, finish feature. So here's our green commit, represented by this green commit that we just made. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to say finish feature. I think that's what we said here. Yeah, finish feature. Save that. Git status. So here's the change. And git diff to see what changed. And there's this new line. I mean, this line was added, and in addition, there's a new line character inserted. Okay, so we'll add that, commit it, and say finish feature. So now we're ready to do the merge and finish everything up. So we'll do it with developer A first. And again, before we do anything with master, whether we're branching off of it or merging into it, we should always fetch to make sure it's the latest master. And to make sure master hasn't changed on origin, and if it did, we need to update our master so we don't screw any merging up. Okay, so it is latest. So to merge, we'll do check out to the branch we want to merge into, and we're going to merge into the feature branch into our master branch. And we're going to create a new commit, so no fast forward. Even if we unchecked it, because there's commits on master, it would have that branch visualization anyways. So here we did it, we made the merge, and then we have to make sure that our master, we publish our master, our local master to the origin. So if anyone else is doing any merging to master, they have this the latest change. So same thing with developer B, always fetch before you do any merging. And here we can see developer A's latest master along with the pink branch that developer A just merged into. So we have to switch to our master, our local master here from our developer feature branch. Now I have to bring this master up to date with the what's on origin. So now the local master is up to date, and now we can merge our feature branch, putting the no fast forward, and then WQ:WQ to save and quit in Vim. Hopefully you've set up a default editor so you don't have to bother with Vim or VI if you don't want to use VI or Vim. Okay, so we did the merge, and now let's also push to origin so that this current master is shared with everybody. So to finish things off here, let's have developer P also catch up. So I'm just gonna pull this time to kind of like instead of doing it in 2 steps. So I like the 2 steps, but from the command line it's much faster. I mean, with 2 steps, even with 2 steps. So you can do that as well. And lastly, delete all branches. Branch, delete feature. And now both developer A and B are in sync. And they were able to finish their respective feature branches while incorporating a change on the master branch that was needed. Okay, so that wraps it up. Hopefully this video gave you a clear idea of how Rebase can help you kind of do some fancier things with branching. And again, if without Git and we had to do this manually, depending how complex the code is, it could be tedious I mean, it is very error prone. Even if it's simple code, it could be pretty error prone to do what we just did manually. All right, I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks for watching.